I grew up outside of New York City, a little town called Chappaqua, which no one had ever heard of until Bill and Hillary moved to it. And so now they know, but it's a little suburb outside of the city. And my father was a teacher there in the town, and my mother was a stay-at-home mom. As I was finishing high school, my family moved out to San Diego. So I came out here to go to Pomona College. And when I did, I met my husband to be there at Pomona. We wound up with 3 children, lived in Los Angeles for a while, and then headed down to San Diego. I joined the PTA. Eventually I became the president of the PTA. I was a Girl Scout leader. I was a soccer coach for my girls. And my husband and I were always very active in politics. We're Democrats. At that time in San Diego, and weren't all that many of us, but there was a small group of active Democrats in San Diego, so we always supported them. After I had done a number of different things in the school, I was asked to run for the school board in Solana Beach, where my children went to school. And so I ran and was elected to the Solana Beach School Board, where I served for 7 years. And at the end of my time there, I got a call from a friend of mine who said, you really should run for the California Assembly. But the district was a Republican district and not likely to elect a Democrat. And even though I can't win this race, I can, during the campaign, I can talk about education and how important it is and the things we need to do for the children. So I won't bore you with the whole story, but the person who was in office, the Republican incumbent, got in a lot of trouble for a variety of different reasons, and on Election Day I won. And then I spent the next 6 years in the Assembly, next 8 years after that in the State Senate. And I kept my focus pretty much on women, women's health, and education, and that was kind of what I worked on there. What I found when I got to the legislature, though, that I was very lucky. I came in the 90s. Women who came in the late 70s and 80s really were the trailblazers. By the time I came, we had a women's caucus, which I actually led for a year when I was in the Assembly. After I finished in 2004, I was turned out of the legislature and was able to become a member of the Sharp Healthcare Board, Price Charities Foundation Board, the Girard Foundation Board, Hub SeaWorld, and I was involved in an education commission. So I found that in some ways, my life had come again to a full circle. I feel like I still get to be involved in the same kinds of issues, but just in a different way. As far as my work, I think my work in education is the most important thing, on seeing to it that education was improved, not just for middle class or upper middle class kids, but that education would be improved for all children in California. I'm just a strong believer that public education is really the foundation of our democracy. This was a long time coming to have this museum to honor women, and I think for all young women to have a chance to realize you stand on the shoulders of some incredible people. And so I think to be a part of this, to be one of the San Diego women that's been chosen for this, that's just a wonderful honor for me.